After playing video games for years, I learned absolutely no. Just kidding, bro. Just kidding. I actually learned something from this. Oh, I know everybody on the internet says, oh, video games are bad for you, video games are so and so, and I'm not disagreeing with that. But whenever they say that all that time has been wasted, I kind of have to disagree here. Because, you see, they actually did teach me something. And inside this video, I will tell you what they teach me. Specifically, 5 things that video games taught me while I played them. So let's begin with the first one. They taught me about self-control. Yes, they taught me about stoicism, bro. You heard me right. Stoicism is one thing that every single character you control inside a video game has. Like, how many times did it happen for you to just suddenly lose control on your current character because he was hurt or something, because you had such a low HP? Probably never. And it never will. Simply because whatever you command the character to do, he will do it. Even if you have 1 HP, he will not complain. Fair enough. Few voice lines may be sad, but he will keep on fighting, even until death. The second thing I learned was my passions and what human am I. What specifically I mean by this is that it kind of reveals your purpose. It reveals your whole purpose of existing upon this earth. Basically, inside real life, it's very hard to know what type of person you are unless you have tried some different things, like a lot of times, literally speaking on stage, working on some 9-to-5 job, doing something else completely third and unordinary, literally doing every single thing you need to do in order to discover your passions. Well, inside the video games, bro, I learned them. I learned what my passions were. I never enjoyed playing as a healer. I never enjoyed playing as the main defense guy. I never actually enjoyed just going ahead and hiding away and just shooting from distance. I always preferred to either be a support, a right-hand man, or to be the leader himself. I always preferred to be the first one to go into action. I always preferred that. I always preferred to be this wall that anybody could just rely upon. And I was. So, by knowing your role inside a video game, you kind of know the exact same thing inside real life, because your brain cannot distinguish between real life and video games. It thinks it's the exact same thing, even though it's not. So you can kind of use this to your own advantage and actually follow your passions, because you already know them, my friend. And then the third thing, I learned to never give up. As I said previously, even when my character had 1 HP, I never gave up. I never gave up on playing until the bitter end. Basically, the amount of times you were in a tough spot inside a video game, that cannot be counted. That cannot be counted, bro, because how many times were you failing to defeat a boss? After 236 attempts, you still have not beaten him. And then on the 240th one, you just go ahead, go in there, and with 1 HP, you go. You see that you are close, and you keep on fighting. You keep on fighting. Essentially, your whole dodging skills like enhance, and now you're this super quick machine that can dodge everything and just go ahead and kill the boss. The same thing goes in real life. I learned to never give up, and I learned to be always a fighter, even in tough spots inside my life. In fact, I never gave up, even when literal pain was upon me. Like, sometimes in my karate club, we would wrestle. And once, this guy that was way bigger than me, he got me clutch. But I did not give up, bro. I did not give up. I kept on fighting, kept on pushing forward, and eventually, even with blood out of my nose, I beat him. Then, the fourth thing, I learned what it means to be in the power of friendship, to be in the power of network. Because up until I was playing solo games, fair enough, I had some fun and all of that, but I felt lonely. Only when I started playing co-op, I actually realized what an amazing thing that is. And not just in video games, in real life specifically, I am realizing that so much more lately. Because network can quite literally make the difference between success and failure inside your life. If you have good friends around you, they will help you out. If you have bad ones, they will quite literally ruin you. They will not allow you to escape the rat race. Like imagine a full bucket of crabs, and one of the crabs is about to walk out. Well, guess what? One of the crabs inside there, it will just grab its leg and pull it down. That's basically how friends work. And I learned it the hard way. But recently, my network has been improved significantly, and I cannot stress this anymore because I owe this to video games, but more specifically outside of video games, just my communication skills in general. So this is a whole video topic, bro. Network is literally the single most important thing you can do for yourself as a human successful being. That's all I have to say. And the final one, bro. I learned to never trust anybody on the internet. I know this sounds like crazy, wishy-washy and all of that. Like, I'm not a scammer here telling you, oh, you shouldn't trust me and all of that. If you trust me, fair enough. If you don't trust me, fair enough. I don't care. But I learned to never trust anybody because a lot of times, while I was playing Roblox, someone would just go inside there and just, oh, would you like this cool new pet? Like, I can actually give you this new pet if you give me your pet. And pets, literally pets, like cats and dogs and all of that, like weird creatures, were the main currency, were the main thing inside this game I was playing. It was called Bubblegum Simulator. And inside this game, there were quite a few times when somebody would just put the thing inside there. I put mine, I press accept, and he just quickly takes it out, puts something else in, and oh, fair deal, and eventually I press accept and I don't see it. It's gone. It's gone and it will never return because the guy just left the server and that's it. So those are pretty much the 5 things I learned while playing video games. So yeah, man, maybe you have found yourself inside this video. If you have, I'm glad, and I'm glad for you to know that now, maybe after all, you did not waste all that time. You actually got something out of it. Knowledge and experience. Thank you for watching, my friend. If you unsubscribe, if not, fair enough, and I'll see you. Adios.